Raw Deal Podcast episode, whatever the hell, doesn't really matter. This is an official weekly episode, but it is a post Money in the Bank 2017 episode. We're fresh off of seeing a brand new Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank. Well, would it be Miss Money in the Bank? I guess Carmella's not technically married to the briefcase, right? So,
well, I guess if they were married, it would be
right. We'll say Mrs.
So
Money
if Natalia wanted it, would be, yeah.
I guess whatever.
That's
anyway,
whatever.
Baron Corbin and Carmella now possess Money in the Bank briefcases. This is what the overwhelming consensus of people thought, and Charlie would have had the perfect prediction cards had the first match of the night, or actually second match of the night.
I would have had the perfect prediction
planned.
card if Sami Zayn would have just got that briefcase.
No, you wouldn't have. You picked the Usos.
Did they win?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, true.
That's what I'm saying. Charlie had all of them except he had the Usos winning.
I don't know how that doesn't count.
Dude, it's who wins the match.
Yeah, true.
We'll talk about it. Logistics. Anyway, so we kicked off the night. With the Hype Bros against the Colons on the pre-show, and Hype Bros ended up getting the win. I believe Zack Ryder. Yeah, they finished with a mega Rough Rider thing off the top rope. I actually wasn't able to see the match. I just kind of saw a little bits and pieces here and there on Twitter. So Charlie, break the match down.
Wasn't much of a match to be broken down. They just kind of got another offense. Colognes didn't really do much, so that was about it.
The big thing that came out of this match, I guess, is just that Zack Ryder's back in the ring. You know,
yeah. And he didn't turn on Mojo.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, he didn't get injured, which is the first time he hasn't been injured in a match in probably 6 years.
Jesus.
Although it
him and Emma are meant for each other, man.
Kind of might have been a little bit if you saw the match. He didn't look like that was it didn't look like a work to me. You know what I mean? The way he came down, I don't know.
Wrestlers pretend to be injured so much, and they're getting so much better at pretending to actually be injured that they fool me way more than they should.
Well, I don't know. This one just seemed a little off to me, but I could be wrong too. You could have just been.
I didn't see it, so I can't vouch for it. Rick, you have any big takeaways from Hype Bros?
No. Yeah, there wasn't much to take from the match.
It was a match.
Debut them, put them against some crap, and they'll win.
If Rick and Charlie were Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, who would be who?
This answer is going to be polarizing. All right. I'm guessing that Mojo would have to be Rick, right?
Sure. Back it up, man.
Oh my God. All right.
No. All right. So it was a decent match. Hype Bros defeated the Colognes. And then we kicked off the main show with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. That means if this mystery 6-woman that has been rumored all week was to be in the match, it was not going to be Naomi because she had a match later on in the night. So a lot of people were expecting pretty much the three were Summer Rae, Paige, and who was the last one?
See, I thought it was pretty obvious it was going to be either Oscar or Maria, and we actually
Maria. That was the last one. Yeah, Maria, Summer Rae, and Paige were the three rumored ones, and everyone knew that Maria was at the building, so people were assuming it was going to be her. But we ended up not getting a mystery 6-woman anyway, so it didn't matter. I think it was a case of everyone was so used to the Money in the Bank ladder matches having 6, sometimes 7 people, that they felt like there's no way that they could have it with 5. So it is what it is. This match to me felt exceptionally short and exceptionally conservative as far as their move choices. Every time they landed on ladders, the women were gently putting each other down. It was noticeable how much the men beat the shit out of each other when they're doing ladder spots, and the women just don't. There were a couple of good spots, but it's nothing that we don't see on a regular basis. Rick, what'd you think of the match?
I liked it. I definitely saw it coming out with Carmella winning and James, Crapsworth interfering, either pushing out somebody on the ladder or throwing it the briefcase.
I'm telling you, it's his gimmick now. He's James the ladder pusher Ellsworth.
I was hoping he'd drop the briefcase and it would doink Carmella in the head and knock her out. And then he'd have to like run around the ring, stopping all the women from chasing him and trying to take the briefcase.
Dude, do you know somebody? You called that exactly how it happened.
And I said Ellsworth was going to get up, get the briefcase,
go to
give it to Carmella, but then he's going to trip and fall, and Becky was going to catch it.
But you had the whole lead up though.
Right,
like he
right.
I almost and then drops it. He didn't drop it technically, but he dropped it to her.
Yeah. Me and Rick were the two that said Ellsworth was definitely going to have something to do with the end of it. There's no way he wasn't. And I think we all agreed that Ellsworth was probably going to get some sort of move done on him, which he didn't. We were all hoping like Bexplex off the ladder, right?
Well, I didn't think he was going to be involved at all. I thought it was just going to be all the women, you know.
True.
But I just thought Carmella was good enough, but I guess not.
Ooh. So the real controversy here, there's a lot of pissed off people on Twitter right now. A lot.
The first ever women's Money in the Bank's a man.
They bragged about making history and the women's revolution. They gave us this great video package about the history of women's wrestling and how historic this match was. And then the winner of the first ever women's Money in the Bank was a man, kind of. I personally loved it because, man, this has got some goddamn heat on Carmella. Like, she is going to be the most hated diva in that division, or women's wrestling.
About her.
Exactly. This
wow,
puts something behind it.
The women, and Brady just calls her a diva. Wow.
Oh my God! Get out of here. Come from the guy that wanted Naomi to lose.
I did too.
I didn't. I called.
Once
Naomi.
I saw Lana's ring gear, I wanted Lana to win. I want to see that ring gear every week.
Well, that was one of my ideas. I don't think I called that though. I think I called Naomi. I think that was with Becky anyway, coming in to cash in. So,
yeah. But overall, the match was okay. But I thought it was just really short. It was like 15 minutes, maybe.
See, I thought they didn't. I was worried they were going to pussyfoot too much, and I think they didn't too much, which is good. They started off good with Tamina hitting people with the ladder.
Yeah. They had like the really weird spot. They had an awkward tug of war between, what was it, Becky and Natalya for like what seemed like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
that was really weird. I don't know. There were some weird things, but no one screwed anything up too bad. Charlotte had a really nice corkscrew moonsault off the top to the outside, and Carmella is now the Miss Money in the Bank via James Ellsworth grabbing the briefcase and dropping it down to her. Are you okay with this outcome and the finish, Garrett?
Okay isn't the right word. I'm tolerant of it. I mean, because I feel like we all kind of guessed this would happen. We all were thinking that. I mean, even if we didn't say it on the show, I mean, I feel like that was the thought in the back of your head. It's like, man, this is exactly like the Dean AJ match, you know? He's too involved in the storyline for him not to have something at this pay-per-view, you know? Whether it was a spot or just this, which I guess technically is a spot. I mean,
I thought when they flashed over to Charlotte after the match and she looked super pissed off, I thought Charlotte was going to powerbomb him through the table.
That would have been
That's all I wanted in my life was for Becky to jump Carmella, hit her with the Bexplex, and then Charlotte to powerbomb James Ellsworth through the table.
I don't know. Ellsworth might weigh less than Natalya. He might not go through.
Ooh. Pull a, what was it, Sasha that couldn't break the table? That tables match for the title? Dude, that was rough.
Was it during Hell in a Cell, maybe?
Yeah, that's right, because Charlotte won.
Frog splash. Yeah. Or something.
Yeah.
And Charlotte just didn't go through.
No, Charlotte kept tossing Sasha onto the table, like trying to get Sasha to go through the table, and Sasha would not go through the table. And Charlotte just ended up pinning her. She just hit her with the natural selection pinned her. It was really, really weird.
Yeah, I didn't have the network at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
next match on the night was the New Day versus the Usos for the tag championship. We all picked the Usos to win this match, and the Usos did indeed retain. But and I'll be honest, I didn't see the end of the match because Charlie will attest to this. The internet at his dad's house is not the greatest thing to watch pay-per-views on.
Fact.
It cuts out a little bit. I go watch the pay-per-view with Charlie's family, as odd as that is, because Charlie's not there, but whatever. So yeah, we end up we end up having the internet shit out on us, and we don't see the end. But then just check Twitter for 5 seconds, and you can tell what happened. So the Usos pretty much just bitched out and walked away. Is that what happened, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a really good match though. So.
Yeah, like literally, we didn't get to see like any of it. We were opening Father's Day presents, and then came back, and the internet was out, and then it took us a solid 10 minutes to get back to that. So
go figure, right?
Didn't see like any of the match, but let's see what CBSSports.com gave it. They gave the match a B.
Yo, Autumn, you want to say fuck me? Fuck you. You fucking eggplant-looking motherfucker.
Whoa! Oh my God, Charlie, you want a roast, bro? I'll give you 30 seconds.
Yeah, hit a promo.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Josh is a cool guy. We'll end it there.
All right.
Babyface promo. All right. Didn't expect that.
Pulled that out of nowhere. Jesus. Okay. I don't know. I'm just glad the Usos retain. At the end of the day, it's basically like the Usos won, but they didn't. Rick, do you think the Usos are still title bound? Do you think they're going to drag out this feud for a while?
Yeah, I definitely thought that's what I said in the beginning. I definitely thought the Usos were going to win, not knowing exactly how they're going to win, but they're going to drag out the feud between them and the New Day for a little bit because you got the Usos with their fresh new thing they got going, which is excellent for their title reign, and then you have the New Day being fresh again.
They're so good, coming out with the title hanging around his neck.
I like it, dude. I really enjoy them. So, and then New Day being fresh, so them two having a feud, I think it's going to go on until at least next month or so.
Day one-ish.
Oh, yeah. Day one is H. No, but this was the perfect way to keep the feud going, right? Because the New Day technically won, so it's obvious that it's going to keep going, and it's probably not just going to end on a SmackDown. Hopefully not, unless they have big plans for a Breezango or something, but I don't think they do because they've already had their time. So we had a women's championship match between Naomi and Lana, and Naomi came out. She had the Finn Balor hair, but the glow up edition.
Yeah. I liked it. But I was just looking at him like, what the hell is that?
It was cool. I mean, her entrance is always cool, right? Like,
oh yeah, dude.
Champ came out first again.
What?
I said the champ came out first in these last few matches.
Yeah, really weird. But so she came out first, and Bay comes down to the ring. Rick, break down that entrance from Lana.
She stands there like a goober.
Dude, she was dancing. She's doing ballroom dancing. She's classy. You learned ballroom dancing.
Yeah, watch her. Go look up her trying to break dance. They had to can that immediately.
Yeah, well, if you ever watch So You Think You Can Dance, you know that not everyone is a great dancer at everything. Just because you're a good dancer, I can twerk, but I can't ballroom dance.
I can't dance at all.
Hey man, we'll all take dancing class together. When I win the Powerball, I'm signing us all up for dancing classes when you're living in my mansion.
Right.
Yeah, I was just to say, if you win the Powerball, the podcast has to become our life.
We're making music videos, and actual good music, unlike those stupid Paul
Hey,
brothers.
I'll sing with you, bro. I've tried to get you to sing with me before. You won't.
What do you mean I won't? I'll sing with you.
All right, let's do it at some point.
Yeah, bro.
Autumn wants you to prove that you can twerk, bro.
All right, man. Here we go. Twerking. Ready? Go. Oh man, that was good. All right, man, great twerk, great twerk sesh. No, but Lana looked okay in this match. She definitely didn't completely suck.
It turned out to be. like the quality of the match was a lot better with her coming out when she did, especially being for a champion match for someone that came out of nowhere.
What I thought was especially weird was Naomi's definitely a face, right? But Lana is supposed to be a heel that everyone's behind, and the way the announcers were talking about Lana the whole match, it's like she was the face. So all of the announcers were like, I expected this match to go 2 minutes tops, you know? Yeah. I don't think Lana should be doing anything in this match. Lana was the ultimate underdog, and that's how they talked about her the whole match, which was just very surprising for them to talk about the heel in that way. Isn't that a little weird, Garrett?
Again, I don't know if weird is the word. I feel like it was strange, maybe. I don't know. I guess they mean the same thing, but like different connotations. I don't know. Like for me, it feels like I don't want to say it's bad because I didn't really. I mean, maybe I thought this match would be better or something. I mean, I'm the opposite of Rick on this. I expected after that move she did on SmackDown, I expected her to be like shocking everyone, you know, and being actually a really good wrestler. But like,
I mean, she just
average. It's her first match, but I feel like if you're gonna hype up a first match like you do, why?
What I thought was interesting was they hyped that move up to be like devastating, and then she hit it, and Naomi kicked out at 2. Why would you? I don't know.
That makes Naomi look really strong then.
No, because the move still isn't proven. You know what I mean? It's like John Cena's AA. It's not really seen as that strong anymore because so many people have kicked out of it, you know. And that used to be a strong move. It's like the RKO. Like no one kicks out of the RKO these days. It's like the most protected finisher in the company. So, you know, Randy's RKO, he's had time to make it seem, you know, special. Whereas, you know, you have Lana's finisher. Did she even beat anyone with it? She just laid Naomi out, right? That's the only other time we've seen her finish her.
Yeah, she's never. This was her debut match.
Yeah, so it's like, how much can you say that finisher is good now because she hasn't beaten anyone with it? Now the WWE really have to make up that lost time to make that move seem great.
Well, and because she lost her title opportunity, she's not getting another shot for a while. So I don't know what the point of any of it was.
Yeah. And she lost clean, so she's not getting it back.
Nope. So, yeah. Unless they do that stupid automatic rematch crap that they do with every other title match.
The good thing is on SmackDown, it's always in the back of everyone's mind that Naomi and Jinder Mahal right now always have to watch their back because they could be cashed in on at any time. And it's kind of cool, and it makes SmackDown must-see because you don't want to miss that when it does eventually happen. You know?
Raw literally has nothing like that other than there's no pay-per-view that they have that's associated with
Raw's going to have Cena now.
True. He could. They could. She could show up. They could be like, it could be a SummerSlam announcement. Guess what? Who's coming to Raw? John Cena.
Versus Roman Reigns.
So after this match, by the way, I don't know if I said it, but Naomi retains via submission. Lana went for her finisher again, and Naomi countered, rolled her up into the same submission she used to win at Mania, right?
Yeah, she tapped her pretty quick.
So that was good. That was good.
That hold is good. I really like that.
I just think Naomi didn't have to sell as much, but I understand you got to fill time.
Is the only other woman with a submission like Nikki?
No, they all have them on SmackDown.
Becky, Charlotte.
Oh yeah, Charlotte has that, or not Charlotte. Carmella has that crazy one. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they've all got submissions. That'd be cool. Dude,
do
like a fatal 4-way elimination submission only elimination match.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good gimmick match. I'm sorry, I don't care if it sounds stupid. That would be so good. That would be
really good.
Oh, even if it was with men, it would be good. You could have like.
Oh yeah, God, absolutely.
Oh, dude, that would be. Look at Vince. Look at Vince.
So right after that match was finished, the women's title match, Julianne gets up to go get a drink in the kitchen. All of a sudden, Fashion Vice pops up on the screen. I was like, Julianne, Fashion Files. She comes sprinting back in the room. What the drink can wait for the Fashion Files. They go in there. Breezango's got the drawing from last Tuesday up on the wall. They've got like various people. They have what's his face? $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. They've got Dusty Rhodes. They've got a bunch of people. They've got like a wanted sign with Michael Hayes up in the back. Some pretty funny stuff. And what I thought was funny is it first kicks off saying property of Paul E., which if you guys didn't know, Fandango is holding a phone, like an old-ass phone from the 80s, cell phone, and it says property of Paul E., which was Paul Heyman's original name as a manager, and he used to walk around with one of the big-ass cell phones when it was cool. So.
Oh, nice.
Paul
it was a cool,
Dangerously.
Yeah, Paul E. Dangerously. Like, it was a cool little throwback. I liked it.
I like what they were wearing, man. The white suit with the light pink and blue.
Yeah,
dude, right?
Hey, you said that they're known as the fashion police now, right? Why did they come out as Breezango? What was that about?
And then they came out as Breezango. I guess they pulled an audible.
Maybe they pulled it back because they were like, but that kind of – because they're already edging the whole, hate for the slight amount of people that are still not cool with the whole, the homophobia thing. They're slightly edging that, even though anyone that knows anything either about them from NXT, they know that it's not how they are at all.
Yeah, wait till Velveteen Dream comes up.
Oh, I hope he never does because I don't want to have to deal with that stuff.
Patrick Clark will not be stopped. That man is championship bound.
Oh, completely. I mean,
did you see he calls his finisher the Rainmaker?
He wanted to. Okay, he wanted to on Twitter. He tweeted out saying, because everyone's saying it's just like Prince. And we had the anniversary of Prince's death like 2 days ago. So he tweeted out saying he's going to name his finisher the Purple Rainmaker. And because he's falling from the skies and stuff like that. And apparently it just slipped his mind that there's a pretty popular guy in Japan whose finisher is the Rainmaker. And he got a lot of heat on Twitter for posting that he named his finisher the Purple Rainmaker.
Good. He needs as much heat as he can get, dude.
And he had to delete it. And hold on, I gotta pull up the tweet.
Delete.
I know he called people a bunch of stupid smarks.
It's okay. Roman Reigns called someone a dumbass mark not long ago.
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
I know, Roman. Roman. Everyone has to realize at this point that he's not. If he had any creative control over himself, he would do what the fans want. There
we go. To all the smarks that hated that last tweet, got news for you. And he posted a picture of Okada. Like, I don't know. It says, Okada liked his tweet saying, in case you're wondering, that elbow is called the Purple Rainmaker. And Okada actually liked that tweet. So.
So Okada was cool with it.
Yeah, Okada was fine with it, but whatever.
That's a gimmick that's going to be hard to get over, man. I know we kind of went off topic, but that's a gimmick that with the main roster crowd. I mean, not NXT. Obviously, people are already into it. There were shirts in the crowd most last time I said NXT, but I feel like with the main crowd, I think there's going to be people that are still going to be hesitant.
He was over, bro. We were at those last tapings, and he was pretty over. He's got the look. He's got the athleticism.
I've been meaning to ask you this. How many tapings do they do at one show?
Anywhere between 2 and 4.
Okay.
Usually 3 is the magic number. The past 2 times, every other time we've gone, for me at least, it's been 3. I've been to 3 other tapings, and it was always 3.
I was just
this
curious.
time they did 4. It was too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
You're dead.
They actually are, in fact, showing the Aleister Black and Cassius Ohno next week on NXT.
Are they really? We thought that was a dark match for sure.
Because the crowd was so empty. So I mean, they're like, fuck it.
Was that a good match?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
I figured it would be. You got Tom Yen versus
lots of strikes.
Chris Hero. Isn't that a match that happened in the Indies at some point?
I'm sure it did.
Dude, they did like a tag thing together.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we got way off topic there.
Fashion Files was great. And, as always, and they basically said they got a fax from someone saying, answer the door, and then, like, a tape was delivered to the door, and then the tape said "Watch me," and then they popped into the TV and watched it, and it was two dudes standing there. And right away, I was like, "All right, this is going one of two ways. It's either a heel turn for American Alpha, which would be awesome, or it's the Ascension."
Dude, the best part was when that fax thing started going off and Tyler Breeze pulls out his water gun.
Yeah, that's right.
Going nuts.
I hope they have props for them and they don't have to try and take those with them everywhere.
I hope they do.
That would be so terrible.
That would be great.
Fashion Files, I actually started liking Breezango. Before, I didn't really care for him because I had nothing going for him.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have some sort of story to get into. You got to have some background.
I like him.
I thought this was pointless.
Autumn
It's not
says,
the Fashion Files, but what came out of it.
What's up, Trump?
Stupid.
Autumn says, or it's gay porn. Just saying.
Wait, what's gay porn?
Breezango.
Oh, dude, yeah, whatever. It's what it is. You're comfortable with your sexuality, No,
Yep.
but after the Fashion Files, some random ass music hits, and there's hearts streaming down the middle of the ramp. We're like, what the hell is going on?
Well, that was a good ass song, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Sounded like an 80s love song.
it really did.
Once
Wait,
again,
can you imagine?
porn.
The tape delivered to the door is what he was mentioning. Yeah.
Oh,
It actually was pretty gay, man.
yeah, they like just being on the border of that, dude.
A dark
Oh, yeah,
room,
dude.
men, no
Oh,
clothes.
dude, yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, completely.
That's okay. A little bit of gay is okay. What
I mean, hey,
the
the Ascension. What were the Ascension doing in that closet? You know what I mean?
grunting.
That's what they're trying to go with, dude. The gold dust heat.
All right. So
Oh my God.
there's some music playing. All of a sudden, Maria Kanellis comes down with what we thought was
miracle,
What we thought was Mike Bennett, and
He wasn't.
it most certainly was not Mike Bennett. It was Mike Kanellis.
that's fine. I mean, if TNA's not giving up the Broken Hardy's name, what makes us think they give up Mike Bennett?
No, but the thing is, it's obvious where they're going. That Mike Kanellis is just going to be a pussy because he took her last name.
I don't
Yeah.
Like, he's such a pushover that he had to take her last name. It's like, what kind of man takes his wife's last name? She wears the pants in the relationship, so he's just going to be a jobber while she wins the title.
Hey, they might
I think
go after Carmella and Ellsworth first.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They probably will, but
Cena and Nikki.
I mean, this would have been perfect for Miz and Maurice.
yeah. I mean, it was just weird. What I thought was really weird about the whole thing, like, I liked that they debuted. I was like, okay, this is cool. It's a cool way to get them involved in the show. But they're actually married, and yet it was like they were afraid to kiss each other.
Maybe they were told to hold it back.
They kept like doing like the nose nuzzling and shit. Like, it was weird. And then when they went to go dance, she spun him.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
Definitely got the look that Vince likes, though. So
it's obvious where
You
they're
know
going
she's
with
going to
it.
skyrocket in this division, though.
To me, I looked at this and I was like, my standard, just stereotypical man was like, wow, what a pussy. She came out, did all the talking, spun him. He took her last name.
I really hope they don't treat Mike Bennett I really hope they don't treat Mike Bennett like that because he's way better than that.
Let's be real. They only wanted these two. They would not have signed Mike Bennett if he wasn't married to Maria Kanellis.
Oh, absolutely not.
They only wanted Maria. She probably just told them they were a package
See,
deal.
but I wonder if they'll do like a Sami Zayn, realize what they have after they've had him job out to a bunch of people. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, you never know. He's good enough. He is good enough. We both know. Anyone that watched TNA like 6 months, 8 months ago, whatever it was, when it was still decent, before all that Broken Hardy stuff started up,
Right.
And everything started to fall apart.
So we had a very, very old school, slow, methodical psychological match for the WWE Championship. We had Jinder Mahal come out. Well, first they introduced all the legends. They had I think 6 legends. And what I thought was weird that on Father's Day with his son wrestling, Cowboy Bob Orton didn't even get to be the last person they announced.
Yeah.
It was still Ric Flair.
Well, Ric Flair, I don't think would be out there if his name wasn't going last.
I don't think he's that conceited.
Dude, I mean, come on. I'm not trying to trash Ric Flair or anything.
You think that they were standing backstage and they're like, all right, we're going to put you guys out there. And Ric Flair was like, well, I want to make sure I'm announced last.
No, but do you think the people in the back were like, oh, man, we could totally put Rick before this guy? You know what I mean? I mean, you're talking about on legend status.
Biggest pop, and that's why they put him last.
Yep.
Well, it's sad that he got the biggest pop.
Yeah, I know. Cowboy Bob was good, too. He was a legendary heel.
Ric Flair's a hack.
Bro, this crowd was hot.
Wow, Brady calling out Ric Flair.
They were. Yeah, dude. All right, so Jinder Mahal came out. The crowd was pretty – they hated him a lot. Lots of USA chants. That's why they rolled Sergeant Slaughter out there. USA. God damn it. And Jinder Mahal retained against Randy Orton. Randy Orton hit an RKO, and the Singh brothers put Jinder's foot on the rope, which led to Randy Orton going off, killing the Mahal or the Singh brothers again. He actually did the flip with the one onto the table again, almost killed him again, and then RKO'd that one onto the floor, and then RKO'd the other through the Spanish announce table. Isn't it comical how it's always the Spanish announce table, even though they have the German announce table there now?
Yeah.
It's still the Spanish one that has to be broken.
Can't believe they did that spot again. Oh.
What spot?
I mean, it got so big last time. You can't really blame them.
They're just throwing them in the air. Oh, man, it's so dangerous. I don't care what anybody says, whether it's a good spot, whether it's now Randy's thing to do to the Sings or something. It's dangerous, and it is going to hurt somebody eventually.
No, they took
until
it
they have it. Until we end up with a champion versus champion match.
You can't really take that move, though. You get left to, basically fall with no way of – they can kind of –
you just have to let your body go limp and hope Randy doesn't fuck you up too bad, because the only way to not get hurt on that move is to go limp. You can't, tuck your chin like you would on a lot of bumps. You can a little bit, but if you stiffen up, that's how you get some broken bones and torn muscles. You literally – it's like how –
They took it well. I'm just saying I don't want to see it be a recurring thing because it's going to hurt somebody eventually.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, this feud's done, so it's probably not going to happen too much more.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Hopefully the feud's done. It's got to be done, right?
We're
just waiting for Cena to show up and beat Mahal.
Can you imagine Randy versus Jinder 3 at Battleground?
Yeah, I don't think it's happening again.
Yeah, there's no way. So Breezango goes down to the ring to await their mystery opponent. Like I said, it's going to either be American Alpha heel turn or it's the Ascension. And it's the Ascension. And
Man, that sucked. Seriously.
And really Breezango wins. Fandango rolls up the Ascension with a victory roll.
I think aren't those called no? Which ones are there? Are those called victory rolls? I don't know. They have so many different roll ups at this point.
You just rolled them up from behind. That's it.
Yeah, there was nothing too special about.
Yeah, there was really nothing.
You know what I want to see someone win with? Crucifix pin. I want to see a crucifix pin victory.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, it's a hard maneuver for the person that's doing the pin, but I just think it's cool.
Yeah, it always looks cool. People used to do it back in the day. Eddie Guerrero used to do it every once in a while.
Yeah. It's in Dean Ambrose's offense. Let him win with it.
Yeah. And that led us to the main event of the night, which was Money in the Bank ladder match with Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, and Sami Zayn. And the first person I listed, Baron Corbin, was the winner of the match. Charlie, you called this 9 months ago, so break down the match.
Basically, perfect beginning. Absolute perfect. Right? Would you agree with that, Rick?
Yeah.
With fucking Nakamura getting knocked the fuck out by Corbin?
Which was the WWE saying "fuck you" to everyone because everyone bitched at Vince McMahon on Twitter for cutting the commercial during Nakamura's entrance last Tuesday.
I didn't even see that.
Yep. Yep, they cut to commercial, and since everyone bitched about it, he said, "You know what? You're not getting it on the pay-per-view either."
No, I think they did Nakamura because he's as of right now, he's the hottest name in there. So to get Corbin immediate, heat and start him off strong, like I said, almost 9 months ago, almost fucking a year ago. Excuse the language, but I said Corbin was going to win this because it was his time, and he did.
It was startling.
It feels good to predict that. And knowing that he had to end up on SmackDown and Money in the Bank had to end up on this brand, and he still won it, I think it shows like he is that. He's ready.
They've been saying for a long time, Vince McMahon just loves this kid.
For good reason.
Every reason why he should, yeah.
It
looks like a beast.
It was startling watching Corbin come out in the strobe lights. That was just, oh my gosh.
Let's remember, this guy got a good match, a good chairs match out of Kalisto. So he's not just a shit bag. So
no.
What'd you think of the winner, Rick?
Yeah, Rick.
No, who's the only reasonable heel to win, to be honest with you, that I saw. Because
who were you most impressed with in the match, Rick?
Who?
Yeah, who outside Corbin were you most impressed with?
Nakamura coming back, and then the AJ Nakamura fight.
Oh, yeah, that stare down was great.
That was great.
Yeah, the camera work was fantastic. So for those that didn't necessarily see that spot, Nakamura
Kevin Owens
comes back in.
Dude, Dude, Kevin Owens, he deserves to hold that United States belt for another 6 months after some of the blows he took tonight.
Oh, my God. Dude, when Kevin Owens goes limp, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I reminded Julianne, we both started laughing. Remember last year when Dean Ambrose hit him with the dirty deeds and he laid limp inside the ladder?
No, yeah,
like
I think it was Sami Zayn that hit him with it.
Oh, Sami Zayn, that's right. Yeah.
Dude, Sami Zayn with the Blue Thunder powerbomb off the top.
AJ Styles hit Kevin Owens with an AA. AJ Styles, John Cena confirmed.
Dude, when AJ Styles was dangling from the thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and anyway, let's go spot by spot. So Nakamura came in, the one that Rick alluded to with the stare down. Nakamura came in and started killing everyone, hit Kinshasas on everyone, except Styles. And Styles had been hit by a finisher. I think he got super kicked by Ziggler. And then, so then Nakamura gets the ladder, goes to set it up. They cut to a close-up of Nakamura, and within 2 seconds, Styles slides into the ring, grabs the other half of the ladder, and it zooms back out to them both staring at each other. Which anyone that has seen like New Japan stuff, like go Wrestle Kingdom 10, I believe it was. Yeah. Go watch their match. It was fantastic. They're definitely gonna run it back in WWE. It's just a very cool moment, and it looked like one of those two was going to win. They were going to pull the Ziggler-Daniel Bryan from WrestleMania a couple of years back, where whoever won that fight at the top of the ladder was going to win the match until Corbin came in, knocked the ladder off, and as soon as Corbin started climbing, I said, oh, Sammy's winning. But Sami Zayn never showed up. Corbin just won, which is good.
The best part of that spot between them two was they got down off the ladder and moved the ladder.
Oh yeah, it's like they had a mutual agreement to move the ladder off to the side.
Yeah, that was amazing. The stare down in the ring, just the two, that image of them two in the ring facing off is just going to be so good.
They only did the winning camera angle one time, and it was for the winning moment. So
yeah,
it keeps that alive because now, whenever you see that, there's a specific camera angle. You're like, oh, it's about to go down. Mm-hmm. And I remember they did it with Neville the year Sheamus won, and everyone was like, no way. And, they
always do that. The year Bray
Wyatt
was
more for shocker.
Busted in. Right. They can use it as a shock value, but you have to do it like this sometimes where you just do it. Just use that camera angle and wins it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In order to build the credibility of cutting to that specific angle, which...
And it works. It works, yeah, because now we won it the first time. So
absolutely,
there's a specific spot I want to go to next.
The AJ Styles hanging.
Oh my goodness, dude! I thought he was dead. I mean, he took a huge bump, dude. I mean, that guy. I was saying this to Charlie before we came on here, before you came into the call. I was like, how many more bumps like that does the AJ Styles have in his career, man? Not many. Not many.
Yeah, that's
That's on the level of his. What was it? Was it him versus Dean, where he did the springboard shooting star through the table at TLC or something? Yeah, TLC.
Yeah, 450.
Yeah, the springboard 450. I mean, that's on that level of spot, and that takes out of your career like years. You know what I mean?
How smart was that? Okay, so for those that once again didn't see it, AJ Styles was getting up. He had the briefcase in his hands. Ziggler slides into the ring and pulls the ladder out, and Styles is just hanging from the briefcase. Like if you've ever played a 2K game, that's what they do. And then instead of trying to get Styles off, Ziggler goes and sits in the corner and just waits for Styles' body to give out and fall.
Yeah. He's got like this sinister grin on.
How genius was that? That he's that smart. It's just
the way he doesn't risk like taking a Hurricane Rana or something if he comes down, you know.
Yep. It's like he knew. He's like, I'll just wait for him to fall. And then he just went limp in the middle.
I mean, he stayed up there for a minute, dude. He has got some. I mean, his arms are huge, but that was some serious upper body and core strength right there.
You should go on Teenage Warrior Tuesdays at 10.
Dude, that's just crazy. I mean, I don't. When he dropped, I was like, oh man, this is gonna hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
That's a huge bump. I mean, what is that, like 16, 17 feet in the air? I mean, something like that.
So another thing I want to talk about, I'm going to throw this one over to Rick. I think probably equal par during the entrances as far as who people cared about. People were really behind Sami Zayn in this match, and people have been getting really behind him. And I know you weren't watching back then, Rick, but this is coming to Daniel Bryan territory of how long until the audience gets so behind Sami Zayn that they have to push him to the title. And is it possible that they might be waiting too long to push Sami Zayn?
You know, like you said, I haven't seen him for too long. I want to say, when did I start seeing? What was the first feud I've seen him with? I really can't remember because I never really properly used him. Yeah, I think there was a few just before he was doing that thing with Strowman. I was just starting to notice him, and like the Strowman thing was kind of like cool, trying to push him, but it made him look stupid at the same time because he's getting thrown around like a rag doll. And then, to be honest with you, I thought he was possibly going to win this one.
It would have been cool. Would have been a good call.
Yeah.
So there's so many people that could have won the Money in the Bank to begin with. Like I said, the main heel was Corbin that I could definitely saw winning, and then all three faces that were in it could also easily won it too, and no one would have complained.
I was fine with anyone other than Kevin Owens, and probably Styles because they don't need it.
Yeah.
No, that was their backup move.
I think
if they're winner.
Remember what I was saying? If it turned out Corbin was the winner, but if it was either Corbin or Zayn and they got cold feet today, they would have pulled that plug and put it on Styles.
Oh yeah. He's the safe bet. I mean, like, because AJ would be great with that briefcase. Because even as a face, he'd be great with it.
I mean, AJ's great with
I'm
whatever they give him.
I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. Look at this. And he would be great to be like the tweener guy that comes out and he's like, I'm not gonna cash it in yet. Kind of like what Carmella did in the women's title match. Like, nah, not quite yet. And everyone would be like, come on. And he'd be like, nah, not yet. And then he cashes it on whoever. You know what I mean? And he could cash it on literally anybody. I mean, I guess anybody could, and it would be a good match. You know what I mean? Even like the 5-minute little Money in the Bank cash-in match would be good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so hyped for Baron though. I mean, like this is like the launching point for him because he's not going after the U.S. title. He's going straight.
It's one of those things. Every time you hear his music hit now, you're gonna be like, oh, is this it? Is this when it's happening? And he can just
cash it in Tuesday. I'm down.
Yeah, he can just randomly pop in. They're going to hold it. They should hold it for him for a while. I want to know they're going to explain if it's good through WrestleMania or through Money in the Bank next year. But
I mean, shit, they're not going to have Money in the Bank. It's going to be Raw. So I mean,
right. But still, like if they're going to say a year,
that? Are they?
Yeah, probably. They must be right. But I don't know if it's going to be good for a year or if it's good through Mania. They'll have to explain that, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm sure.
Overall grades for the show, I feel like I'm going to be the most, I don't know, just not about it. I didn't see the tag match, which apparently was really good.
Kofi did a really cool spot of a trust fall off the top.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So I didn't get to see that. So the only match, I liked the Fashion Files, and I liked the last match. But other than that, I thought the rest of the show was absolute dog shit. I'm gonna give this show a D+. Garrett?
Oh man, I gotta at least give this show a C+, man, because I thought Randy versus Jinder was way better than anyone was ever expecting it to be. I mean, like, it proved that in that 3.5-star match that him and AJ had on a SmackDown, that it wasn't just 100% all AJ, you know? Like,
yeah, I think if I were to go back and watch it, I might like that match more. But it was honestly to the point where, like, after everything, like, pretty much the women's championship match on, I was just like, all right, can this be over already? Because I just want to see the match at the end of the night.
I was kind of that way too, but I felt like I just felt like they did nothing. There was no wrong decisions on this show, I don't think.
Right. Charlie?
Let's have Rick go. So,
Go ahead.
what do you think, Rick?
I would give it at least a C+.
Dude, you can give it an A. You don't have to give it a low grade because of me.
Maybe not C+. I'll say a B-.
There you go.
I thought it wasn't too bad, dude. Especially like the tag team match was good. I mean, they're actually doing something with the Fashion File guys. They actually had a really good Money in the Bank winner. Someone they can actually build up on with it. Women's Money in the Bank, they're actually pushing someone new, so maybe that's why I liked it. They're not constantly using Becky or Charlotte. What else? Hype Bros, they got the debut. Obviously, they're gonna win. They're gonna put them against some crap, so they're pushing them up a little bit more. I'm trying to think, is that everything? Oh, and that Jinder and Randy. Personally, I like their matches better than the Randy and Bray Wyatt. I thought that was trash of a feud. Personally, I'd give that an F of a feud. At least,
Yeah.
Dude, the Jinder and Randy thing, I definitely helped increase my rating on it. So,
Well, Jinder feels fresh. It's not like he's redoing something, and like Bray's been doing the same stuff for so long, and so has Randy Orton. So they can put on as good of a match in the ring as they possibly can. But it's
and they're
like
pulling back on the whole evil foreigner thing,
yeah,
little
exactly.
bit. So I mean, he's a legitimate contender now. Well, he's the champ. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
better be
Charlie?
a legitimate contender.
I'm gonna give it an A. I thought you couldn't have had two better winners in Carmella and Baron Corbin. That's why I predicted them. I think the Maharaja winning in a good match with a very, very hyped crowd is all you can ask for. And only reason it's getting a knock is the stupid Ascension. When you have 15 tag teams on a show and your 15th ranked team is showing up, it shouldn't happen. And I don't know. But Naomi won in good fashion. And yeah.
I think mainly just I do my grades based on the entertainment value for me, like match to match. Whereas like I feel like
And I was excited on show myself.
You three generally like the booking decisions because it's kind of like Gary, you were saying, like, well, they didn't screw anything up. So I mean, like,
I think a big thing for me was the first match. I was so worried they were going to pussyfoot around, and they didn't at all. So I'm down with it. I knew within that first 5 minutes when they had Tamina actually legit whacking people with that ladder, I was like, okay, they're not scared. And it showed. So I'm down with it.
All right. So tell us what your grades and opinions are down bottom. Make sure to like, subscribe, little bell button to get the notifications for when we go live. And we'll see you guys probably tomorrow after
11 a.m.
after Raw, and also tomorrow. Is that when they drop for everyone? Is 11 a.m. Charlie? So
Yep, 11 a.m. Eastern. So
we'll hop in probably. Well, it's gonna drop at 11. We might go live a little later than that. Look somewhere between 11 and noon, maybe noon. But Charlie and I will be on here breaking down some BB19. So
peace.
Stay tuned.